Good morning, everyone. The yuccas are still doing beautifully. Not too sure about those little ones on the end. They're just a watch and see. So the outdoor area is coming along. The outdoor setting needs a second coat of oil, so I might do that today. I had a very disappointing phone call. The fellow who was coming to do the guttering can't do it today. He's going to come up next weekend, which means that me being able to paint the doors through the week is a no-go. I can't be painting while there's so much water coming through. Good morning, Albie. Albie. Good morning. Hi. Hi. There's your partner in crime. Hello, Arnold. Oh, you're very well behaved. Is that what happens in your old age? Alright, so today I think I'll oil, and I might get the lounge room set up. There's my other dog. She follows me everywhere. I'm sure she's a dog. I might get the lounge room set up so I can paint the skirt in there, and that gets another thing off the list. So the cat door's all well and good, except the cats won't use it. So poor old Tom Cruise is being left over for the cat. Or the cats. Cleo, Emily, Meow. Meow. They were here 2 seconds ago. Emily. Here comes Emily. Emily, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Do you want it? Come on. Come on. Do you want it? Come on. Emily. Emily, come on. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Hey, good girl. Yeah, nothing like a lamb roast to encourage a cat to go through a cat door. Seeing as I've kind of done all that I can do, I thought I'd go and visit a lady who's become a friend of mine. She's Wayne's cousin, and after Wayne died, she had more to do with me than any of the other members of the family, and she refers to me as her cousin, which is just, it makes me, yeah, I don't know how to describe it, you probably gather. So I'm going to go and visit her, and she lives around the corner from my old farm, so I'll see if I can get some footage from the front of my old farm. I'm about 2 streets away. Now, country streets, we're driving at 80 or 100 k's depending on the street, but there's so much breathing space, and I don't know whether I can explain it properly. We turn left here, and this is probably the most traffic that you'd see. There's a couple of cars. The shops are straight ahead. So we turn left. Wayne's cousin lives up here a little bit, and I used to live at the end of this road. The RSPCA is on this road, and they are just horses. But just look at the open paddocks. Going over a creek, I rescued a turtle that was walking across the road there one day on the way home from work. And it's funny, driving along this road, it gave me a sense of deja vu, but it was all wrong. This wasn't my drive home. It wasn't mine to have anymore. And so I felt a bit odd driving up to my old farm. I felt odd, almost like I was an intruder. Well, I suppose I was. It's not my place anymore. And it looked different, but it felt the same. It felt like I could just drive in to the driveway and walk up the steps, and I'd have nothing would have been different in 5 years. So the house on the left, we were sure that there were a whole heap of transients there. So we actually watched this house being built from an empty paddock to a house with a beautiful fence, and they've got a tennis court, and there's a dog kennel to the right. And right at the end of this court, and I want you to have a look out on the left, it's actually breeding season for ducks. So we often used to see scores of little ducklings. Now, we didn't get to see the ducklings, but if you look very carefully on the left, there is a duck. And that's my old farm right in front of us. And he flies away. But they were day boxes for horses. They've put up some other bits and pieces. It was at the bottom of a court. There was the irrigation channel. These are the neighbours. We had 2 neighbours that we knew of, and we got on really well with both of them. But pipe dream or not, this is the life that I want to have. So this is my friend's farm. How amazing is this? She runs cows, she's had alpacas, she's had goats, she's had everything. Just look, not another house to see for miles and miles. Lots of gum trees, paddocks, just bliss. Can't wait for something like this to be mine. Today's been a funny sort of day. Not productive in the physical sense, but certainly very cathartic. It was really great seeing my old farm. Great for 2 reasons. Firstly, it really cemented that it's not mine anymore. It's my old farm. It used to be mine, not mine anymore. The new lady who owns it, and she's lovely. I've met her quite a number of times, even after we moved out. We had a bit to do with one another, and she's made it her own. You know, she's done things to it that are very different to what we had it set up as. It was really great seeing the duck. I was really hoping we could have seen some ducklings, because it is coming into the start of the warmer weather. August is probably better for seeing the new little ducks. He might have just been a lone duck just by himself. Secondly, it cemented in me that I really want those open spaces. I really want to be able to wake up in the morning and not see the power lines, and not see, 3 lots of cars parked within, strolling distance of my place. I want to wake up in the morning to see the ducklings walking across the paddock. And that was even more cemented when I went to see, she calls me her cousin, so I suppose I can call her my cousin. She's on 20 acres, and she has horses and cows, and she's had alpacas and goats, and she runs hay, and you can do so much more on 20 acres, and she does it all herself. She's a single lady just like myself, and she does it on her own. It's fantastic. on the practical side, I did get 2 loads of washing done, and oh yeah, there was a dead mouse in the dog's bucket, and that was just really gross. So I had to disinfect the bucket and do all of that, dispose of the mouse and make sure that the dogs had clean water. Sorry, my arm's getting a bit tired. Emily almost got the cat door, but I worked out her whiskers are touching the side of the cat door. Really small size for a cat door. Maybe I needed something a bit bigger. So she might need a bit more roast lamb or something to entice her through the door. I had a chat with a young person. He doesn't want to be identified on these videos, but had a chat to him about ageing and dementia, and it was actually really good because I'm a nurse and the majority of the people that I see are elderly, and a good proportion of them have dementia, and it's an insidious disease. It turns people who are matriarchs and patriarchs and who've done some extraordinary things with their lives into somebody who needs looking after for even the basic necessities, and it's tragic. So that was a really good conversation I had, and that was a good portion of the morning. So all in all, today it hasn't been badly spent. So thanks for coming on my journey. Thanks for watching.